starting lineup, but we expect her to play. Hopefully you stuck around to get the answer as we take a look at the Quinnipiac starting five, headlined by Anna Foley, the talented first-year player for the Bobcats. As the visitors have the opening possession against this Iona starting five that features Petra Aborilova, who tries to defend the Grace LaBarge drive but could not, as the Bobcats open up the scoring and take the lead. Aborilova lets it rip for three.
And that's what Aborilova does. She can shoot from the outside, went 4 of 7 against Niagara. She's someone you have to keep an eye out and close out with a high hand.
Some full court pressure by the Gales. Nearly a 10 count. On the bounce, it is Bree Brown Bowen to lay it in. So some shot making to start. A combined 3 of 3 from the field in the opening minute, and we are well underway in this one. Natalia Otkhmezuri on the pull-up. The birthday girl missing, turning 24 today as Iona gets the offensive rebound and the tie-up with the possession arrow.
And both of these teams are really well matched up. I expect this to be intense. A lot of pressure on the defensive end. And they both have very high IQ who like to move the basketball, play in a half-court set.
Otkhmezuri to D'Angelo out of the double team. Sierra D'Angelo misfires. Ella Fajardo mixing it up, and it was last touched by Bowen underneath.
You see Ella Fajardo just crashing the board so hard. She's so good at that, putting pressure on the defense, getting another possession for her team right here.
Rebounding is something Iona struggled with against Niagara. They split their Buffalo trip, beat Canisius, lost to the Purple Eagles. Otkhmezuri a step back from the mid-range, no good. Grace LaBarge finally ends the possession, pulls away the rebound, and Quinnipiac is in the front court right. Paige Girardi on the move. Fajardo picks her up. Great matchup of Foley and Aborilova as Bowen on the curl gets another bucket.
And Bowen's a three-level scorer, but another thing she does a great job of is moving without the basketball, finding easy baskets for herself.
6-3 Bobcats trying to end a 6-game losing streak. Otkhmezuri on the move. The scoop shot is good. That was some birthday spin off the glass for 2.
Birthday money. Quick first step for Otkhmezuri. That's something she's really good at, is putting her head down, finishing strong on the right side especially.
A trap near midcourt. D'Angelo nearly got the steal. It's collected by Foley. Good spot. Ava Solony missing. Inside, good find, LaBarge for 2.
And that's a great shot by Soleny in the first one in finding an open teammate. Just a defensive lapse here for Iona, and that's something that cannot happen. Soleny is someone who shoots the most threes on that team as well.
Quinnipiac back up by 3. Fajardo, Aborilova, catch and shoot. That was in rhythm and a good look. LaBarge, another rebound for the Bobcats.
And you're seeing more defensive intensity from Iona so far.
Foley fading away. It was good defense by D'Angelo, but even better offense by the first year from Andover, Mass.
Anna Foley is just so good around the rim with her fadeaways, finishing around the rim, has really good touch.
Something about freshmen or first years in the state of Connecticut when you think of the year that Foley's having as their leading scorer still on the floor, as Otkhmezuri's got another bucket, and what Megan Anderson has done at Fairfield.
And it's been really impressive, and when we talk about this Quinnipiac team, 5 of their freshmen play majority of the minutes. A lot of talent, a lot of young talent, still trying to find their way, but they've been able to step up and do a great job so far going from high school to college.
Natalia Otkhmezuri commits the foul. Quinnipiac going to the bench, and it is Carson Martin, her second game back, and Ella O'Donnell checking in, 12 in the blue. First game since late January, where she played 5 minutes against Fairfield. Returning in time for the final 2 regular season games in the conference tournament next week down at Atlantic City.
And having Carson Martin and Ella O'Donnell back for Quinnipiac is going to be huge. Carson had 22 points in their last meeting against Iona, so she's someone you have to watch out.
End of shot clock. Foley off target. Borilova the rebound. The Gales within 3. Borilova lost the handle and recovers. Fajardo watched by Seleni. And now it's D'Angelo, the grad student against the first year. Gomez, kick out. D'Angelo ties it up at 10.
Nice driving kick by Gomez, kicking it out to D'Angelo. And that's one of the things about D'Angelo. She's mainly a presence paint type of player, but she can step out and shoot the 3.
So Quinnipiac already going to its bench with a couple of subs. Foley missing and then called for the foul. Offensive, she doesn't quite understand how, as that whistle from Kevin Farlow, Cynthia Doe, and Linda Cashew, our crew tonight, as we've reached our first media timeout.
I found my fit at Iona through really great professors. The professors at Iona are more than just educators, they're mentors, invested in you getting the best education you can. Iona professors are experts in their field. They teach your classes with passion and years of real-world industry knowledge that Iona students benefit from. At Iona, you're more than just a number. You're an essential part of Gale Nation. Find your fit at Iona University.
Hockey means the world to me. When you see me on the ice, you'd never know I was born with half a heart. But Dr. Basha and his team at New York Presbyterian re-engineered my heart so the right side does all the pumping. I had 3 surgeries before I turned 3, so I can go all out, especially when I'm on the ice. Half a heart? I'm all heart.
At Quinnipiac University, we know success doesn't just happen. What began with 11 students nearly a century ago has grown into a world-renowned institution with 9 schools on 3 campuses. We grew from a college to a university, from Division II to D1. Our community of over 70,000 students and alumni are making an impact around the world. We are national champions on the ice, difference makers in the community, innovators in the classroom. We are the ambitious.
Pepe Auto Group is proud of 55 years of serving Westchester and being the premier source for luxury vehicles. Whether you need a brand new or pre-owned car, we have over 1,000 vehicles on hand for immediate delivery. Our 450 friendly and supportive employees help smooth the process for discerning buyers. By using the most innovative technology to service your vehicle, we guarantee only the best buyer's experience. Thank you, Westchester, for letting Pepe Auto Group be your #1 source for luxury vehicles since 1968.
Here we are in New Rochelle, 23rd meeting. Quinnipiac with the 4-game edge. Bobcats won back in Hamden on January 13th, although Iona has won 2 straight here at home.
And in their most recent meeting, Quinnipiac had 40 points in the paint, and while Iona had 24, that was a big discrepancy between the two. And it's going to be really important for Quinnipiac to continue controlling the paint, find that inside game, go inside out. And that was one of the things is Coach Fabry wanted to control the glass as well.
Quinnipiac joined the MAC of the 2013-14 season. So they are wrapping up 11 years in the league. Of those matchups we just detailed, perhaps the most notable one back in 2016, D'Angelo fires off the rim as Iona was looking to take its first lead of the game. Never mind, they already had one early.
It's okay.
But it's been Quinnipiac. I appreciate you. 2016 conference championship game, Iona winning their first MAC championship over the Bobcats, who made 6 consecutive appearances in the MAC final, winning 4. Fajardo on the move, and she draws the whistle. The foul there against Paige Girardi. That is her first.
As much as Fajardo looks to facilitate for others, she also does a really good job of getting into the gaps, putting pressure on the defense, and driving to the basket. But that's where Iona and her other teammates have to move without the ball.
Noah Givon on the cut. It is off of her hands. She was trying to convince Kevin Farlow that there was a deflection.
And he didn't seem convinced.
He wasn't buying it. It's just, that's a veteran right there. Otkhmezuri sits after picking up 4 points. Iona with the short bench. Maya Zaccanini out for the year. Allie Carmen remains day-to-day, and Amaya Evans not available tonight. High-low, and Anna Foley delivers the layup, assisted by Ella O'Donnell.
Really nice high-low, and we talked about Anna Foley. She's just such a dominant rookie. As Fajardo takes a 3.
Carson Martin plays catch with Soleni, who fires a 3 and cashes in on some good perimeter ball movement.
And I just love what Soleni has been able to do for this team. Started off as a walk-on and now plays majority of the minutes, about 30 minutes per game, and really has stepped up to that challenge and has taken advantage of the opportunity.
Gomez, the offensive rebound, flips it up, gets it back, and cashes in on a second opportunity. Iona to within 3.
And like Coach Fabry discussed, they have to control the glass, box out on every single possession, because Iona will crash hard and they will give themselves second chance opportunities.
Another triple.
Soleni back-to-back already. We talked about her being a lethal three-point shooter, 37.6 so far for the season, and only a freshman so far.
D'Angelo twists inside and draws the whistle.
And D'Angelo trying to step through. That is one of the ways she's most effective. When she catches the ball in the post, she has a good set of moves, good footwork. You have to stay down on her up and unders and her step throughs.
Celebrated her second senior day nearly 2 weeks ago and was instrumental in the comeback effort, picking up the victory over Mount St. Mary's. That win combined with the victory at Canisius, back-to-back impressive wins for an Iona team that continues to grow under first-year head coach Ann Shamiwa, despite the fact that their rotation has been limited due to injuries.
And look, I think both of these teams have faced adversity in battles, but Coach Fabry even mentioned it's about creating momentum, creating that foundation.
Martin on the blow-by. It was a straight-line drive that draws the ire of Shamiwa, and a 30-second timeout.
Carson Martin really looking good so far. Like we mentioned before, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists in their last meeting against Iona. She's someone who's going to look to keep it going, and a lot of their offense is going to be initiated through her.
So she's back in the lineup for the second straight day. O'Donnell is back. Soleni had missed time throughout this year. Jackie Grisdale played only 8 games. She was their leading scorer. She's out for the year. And so to think of the Bobcats the way they've been since their entry into the league, to think that Quinnipiac had a 6-game losing streak certainly catches your attention for how rare it is. And then you start looking at box scores and you realize it was already going to be a bit of a rebuilding year considering the type of veterans that they lost. Rose Caverly and Michaela Morris, players that decided to use their COVID year elsewhere. And so kind of rebuilding with some talented first-year players sprinkled in with some veterans who have not, in some cases, been healthy the entire year.
And even in the losses that they did have, 2 of those out of the 4 were overtime losses and without 4 of their starters.
LaBarge on the baseline. She's been a consistent presence. That's right, of their 6 losses, 3 on the road, 3 home, 2 in OT. One of them to Fairfield, and nobody's beaten the Stags yet this year.
And Fairfield has just been a tough time as Ward takes a little nice smooth jumper for herself.
You know what they say about Thursday banking hours? They stay open a little bit later just to make sure to take care of all your weekend transactions.
You sound like a banker.
I saw you crunching the numbers before the game. It's tax season. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Fun times.
Remember, this is a 1099, okay? You got a lot of those now. LaBarge on the move.
Wish they taught me more about that in college.
Fajardo.
Good decision by Fajardo. She saw she didn't have any numbers, pulls it back out.
Shot clock is off. Judith Gomez pressured. It's Fajardo who's played the entire first quarter. The pump fake, the lean in, lipped out. Zoe Ward nearly got the rebound. Instead, Soleni did, running out of time. Just 1 to go as she triggers a 3. Foundational pieces, both as a player and now a coach. Perhaps not foundational, but more just well-known, notable. Somebody has really defined the league during her time.
I mean, what she's done is impressive. Obviously, her resume speaks for herself. She was the first full-time female coach in school history at Quinnipiac. So it's just been a tremendous ride for her, and she's known to develop players and is very intense.
Zoe Ward stepping out and showing her range against a team coached by the 4-time MAC Coach of the Year. 4 times in 10 seasons. Raven Douglas denied by Ward. We've been talking a bit about the freshman of the Bobcats, but how about the first-year player for Iona? Otkhmezuri a quick trigger, and then D'Angelo commits the loose ball foul.
Okay, Miss Ward, let's talk about that three-pointer first. Then going back on defense, Quinnipiac is trying to push the ball in transition. That was one of the goals for Coach Fabry, and Zoe Ward just getting back in time and getting a nice little block for herself.
Oh, I think that was a big block. You think it was a little block?
You know, I agree with you. A big block.
All right, mid-size block as Foley goes to work on the post. Foley's got 6, Soleni with 6, LaBarge with 6. Your top scorers for the Bobcats as they lead by not 6 but 5. Ward the pump fake, the pull-up. The back tap, LaBarge wrestles it away for her 4th rebound. Here comes Carson Martin. Douglas inside, finding Foley. Good defense by Gomez to play the passing lane.
And that's one of the areas Foley is, she'll catch the ball at the high post, look to turn and face and attack the basket from that area. But she's also really good at finding her teammates, but Gomez just does a better job of denying that pass, getting into the gaps.
Gomez a deflection, and then while it was still in the air, hit it off of Martin, who wants an explanation as to why it is Iona basketball.
Really, really good job by Gomez, and you can see why she stays on the floor for Coach Ann. She's not someone who always pops up on the stats section, but she does do those little things such as those deflections that we've been seeing.
Yeah, so Martin threw the ball in. It's a live ball that Gomez then hit that touched Martin out of bounds, which is why the Gales have it. Gomez on the move. The floater on the run, a bit wide left. And Raven Douglas, a junior from Raleigh, North Carolina, majoring in communications. Before long, this will be a 3-person booth. She wasn't gonna replace you. Come on.
No, I didn't think so. I mean, I would hope not. I thought we were friends.
That's why it's a 3-person booth. Bree Bowen into the game for the aforementioned Raven Douglas. Foley again. Pure. She just sets up shop right around that foul line and has the ability to turn and shoot, to pass, to drive. A real triple threat on the catch.
Really, really smooth jumper. And what I've loved is Quinnipiac has 10 assists on 12 of their made field goals.
Foul against Martin. I took a little bit of your commentary thunder there. Sorry, I got excited.
I love when you do that, David.
I apologize.
Keep taking the thunder.
Foul against Martin, her second. First player to pick up her second foul. And so Girardi returns to the lineup. Martin will sit. Trisha Fabry thought that was an offensive foul against Otkhmezuri, clearing space instead of the blocking foul that was ultimately called. D'Angelo on the move. Supposed to be friendly rims, wasn't so there, and Ward got boxed out by Foley and commits the foul.
Iona down by 7 right now, but I think they're getting good quality looks, getting good looks at the basket, and really penetrating. That's where Quinnipiac has to do a little bit of better job of cutting off those penetrations, as D'Angelo just missed that shot.
3 minutes into the second quarter. The catch for Bowen, that is intercepted. Iona on the move. Otkhmezuri sizing up the defender, fading away and banking it in. Through the contact, Otkhmezuri's got 6.
That's one of the things Otkhmezuri does a great job is of absorbing the contact and finishing strong against the contact.
First year on freshman battle. Foley going right at Ward, who walls Foley up. Iona ball. Good defense by Ward.
You see Iona really moving on a string in their rotations, denying one pass away, getting into the gaps, just making it difficult for Quinnipiac and not giving them easy looks. But Quinnipiac has just been able to make some of those tough shots.
Otkhmezuri, tough catch, the quick turn. Layup bounces off the rim. Don't think these rims understand that we're dealing with the birthday girl here.
Right.
Labarge fires from 3, no hesitation as she drills it.
Labarge, she can score on all 3 levels. She's very long and lanky, has a nice little quick release for herself, and that's how she stretches out the defense.
D'Angelo fighting for position, and Bowen trying to front D'Angelo, gets called for the foul. And Trisha Fabry, let's just say she's not so pleased with the whistle up to this point.
I feel like every coach usually isn't. If I was coaching right now. If I was coaching, I'd feel the same way.
Oh, give on the fake. Iona struggling to finish. Raven Douglas back into the game. Labarge takes a seat, although she remains standing near the bench area. Her upper left leg is wrapped up. Backdoor for Douglas, extending the lead to 10 midway through the second quarter.
Really good read by Douglas.
Borilova back into the game. The miss is rebounded by Foley. Quick outlet to Soleni. Foley, the mismatch against Givon, goes right at Noah. Rebounded Fajardo. 4:30 left first half. Ella Fajardo has played the entire game as she drives. And another miss in tight. Loose ball foul against Ella.
Really good take by Ella Fajardo. Even though she did miss that, throughout the course of the season, you've been seeing her be more aggressive each and every time.
Under 5 to play, second quarter. We've reached another media timeout.
Hockey means the world to me. When you see me on the ice, you'd never know I was born with half a heart. But Dr. Basha and his team at New York Presbyterian re-engineered my heart so the right side does all the pumping. I had 3 surgeries before I turned 3, so I can go all out, especially when I'm on the ice. Half a heart? I'm all heart.
Pepe Auto Group is proud of 55 years of serving Westchester and being the premier source for luxury vehicles. Whether you need a brand new or pre-owned car, we have over 1,000 vehicles on hand for immediate delivery. Our 450 friendly and supportive employees help smooth the process for discerning buyers. By using the most innovative technology to service your vehicle, we guarantee only the best buyer's experience. Thank you, Westchester, for letting Pepe Auto Group be your #1 source for luxury vehicles since 1968.
I found my fit at Iona through really great professors. The professors at Iona are more than just educators, they're mentors, invested in you getting the best education you can. Iona professors are experts in their field. They teach your classes with passion and years of real-world industry knowledge that Iona students benefit from. At Iona, you're more than just a number. You're an essential part of Gale Nation. Find your fit at Iona University.
And Shamiwa, first season. You know that by now. After 4 years at FDU, leading the Knights to a couple of regular season championships. She won't make it 3 in a row in her first year in the MAC, but certainly building something and a foundational piece. Great sign, as we mentioned earlier, that the Gales are playing some of their better basketball of the year at this stage. 6-12 in league play. A couple of victories would get them to 8-12, within striking distance of a 500 year, and a really good building block considering how much turnover there was, coaching staff and players, to begin the year. Fajardo the steal, and then she got fouled. Ripped away from Soleni, and then the walk-on committed the foul.
And to go back to Coach Ange, this being that foundation year, the building block, putting those pieces together. It's a new system, new team, new players. And Coach Ange has been doing a great job of kind of also being shorthanded at some points of the season.
Yeah, right now they're basically rotating in one additional guard in Noah Givon and one front court player in Zoe Ward. Otkhmezuri, the pump fake, looking inside for D'Angelo, but she was surrounded. And now Quinnipiac, after the turnover, can build upon its 10-point lead.
A really good job by Douglas, helping inside the paint, being able to get that steal.
Foley tries to turn against D'Angelo. Tough shot, banked it home, high off the glass.
And Foley just makes those tough shots look easy for herself. D'Angelo played good defense, but that is a really hard to shot. And because of her length and size, she can get those off.
7 in a row for the Bobcats. Got the turnover. Borialova got it back. She threw it underneath the basket where Givon and D'Angelo were camped out. And it's Sierra that snatched it out of the air and scored it.
And Iona really converting, causing those turnovers, getting out in transition. In their last meeting, Iona had 19 points off of turnovers against Quinnipiac. So this is where Quinnipiac also has to take care of the ball.
Kick out, Bowen, cans a 3.
Nice wide open look for Bowen.
D'Angelo reposts, working against Foley, pivots inside and had a good crack at it. Rebounded there by Bowen, the sophomore out of Archbishop Wood. Getting her second start of the season. Foley's pass. Fajardo read the play well. Speeds into the front court, where she is met by Foley, turns the corner, finds Givon. Baseline 2 is good for the Gales, 11-point difference.
Really nice possession there. It started out with Givon going back door as Fajardo drove to the basket, having some off-ball movement and finding a nice, easy, open look.
Foley launching, too strong. 1:20 left, first half. Fajardo, hesitation, draws a crowd, finds D'Angelo, sees a lane, and drives for 2. Great decision-making by Fajardo.
Fajardo really doing a great job at, like you said, decision-making, just making the right read, the right play.
3 assists in this first half, belonging to Ella Fajardo. Foley, the fadeaway. Let me know if I'm using this correctly. I've been thinking about it. She's got a lot in her bag. Was that proper usage?
I am so impressed.
Yeah, thank you. I've been thinking of that all first half.
I'm glad you pulled that out. That made my day.
Never doing that again. Foley's got the rebound.
Your wife's going to be listening to the broadcast,
Never.
sending you a text.
Never.
Like, don't say that again.
Yeah, I mean, you've taught me a lot this year, so I feel like today's the final exam, the final home game.
Good. It's been a two-way street, David.
Girardi launching, no. Borilova edged for the rebound, 9 seconds left. Foley, rip through. In and out. Borilova the rebound. And while the Iona women are competing at home, the men are on the road at Riverdale, trailing by 7 against the Jaspers. Both the men's and women's games this week on Thursday and Saturday to get ready for the conference tournament next week. Petra Borilova, she is quickly earning sniper status.
Her release is just so quick, even if you're closing out to her. So hard to get a hand up, and really great find by Ella Fajardo as Otkhmezuri kicks it out.
So Iona gets the bucket to start the second half, and now the steal. They are down 8 after the Borilova triple. Now it's Gomez that tees it up. Anna Foley tracks down her 8th rebound.
And that's a good shot, good possession, just not able to make it go through.
Just underway, second half. Timeout is called by the Bobcats. Bowen under pressure, wanted to preserve possession. It's a 30-second timeout that becomes a media timeout. Just underway in the second.
Hockey means the world to me. When you see me on the ice, you'd never know I was born with half a heart. But Dr. Basha and his team at New York Presbyterian re-engineered my heart so the right side does all the pumping. I had 3 surgeries before I turned 3, so I can go all out, especially when I'm on the ice. Half a heart? I'm all heart.
Hi, my name is Jackie Eschman. I'm the head coach for Iona University's acrobatics and tumbling team. This will actually be my 14th season going into coaching right now, so it's kind of crazy to think about where this sport started. I was actually
Hockey means the world to me. When you see me on the ice, you'd never know I was born with half a heart. But Dr. Basha and his team at New York Presbyterian re-engineered my heart so the right side does all the pumping. I had 3 surgeries before I turned 3, so I can go all out, especially when I'm on the ice. Half a heart? I'm all heart.
At Quinnipiac University, we know success doesn't just happen. What began with 11 students nearly a century ago has grown into a world-renowned institution with 9 schools on 3 campuses. We grew from a college to a university, from Division II to D1. Our community of over 70,000 students and alumni are making an impact around the world. We are national champions on the ice, difference makers in the community, innovators in the classroom. We are the ambitious.
Pepe Auto Group is proud of 55 years of serving Westchester and being the premier source for luxury vehicles. Whether you need a brand new or pre-owned car, we have over 1,000 vehicles on hand for immediate delivery. Our 450 friendly and supportive employees help smooth the process for discerning buyers. By using the most innovative technology to service your vehicle, we guarantee only the best buyer's experience. Thank you, Westchester, for letting Pepe Auto Group be your #1 source for luxury vehicles since 1968.
8-point game. Iona trying to make things interesting here in the second half. I mean, it's intriguing already, but, you know, if they were to make it a 2-possession game or cut it to just 1.
And it started from their defense. There's been a direct correlation from the defense that Iona's playing and good things happening on the offensive end. And it's been about them penetrating, getting into the gap, slashing, getting to the basket, but also kicking the ball out and not forcing up some of those shots.
They have forced 8 turnovers, but only have turned it over 3 times themselves. Another area that you could look at that has improved over the course of the year. 3 on the timer, out of the timeout. Girardi, a step back, air ball, and it's a shot clock violation. Iona did not have possession of the ball prior to the expiration of the 30-second clock.
And you mentioned the 3 turnovers that Iona has. They're a team that usually averages about 17 turnovers per game, so that's been a huge help from them. Having ball control be at a premium makes things a whole lot easier when it comes to getting extra possessions, getting the ball out in transition.
Paige Girardi picks up the foul. Her second. Iona only committed 4 personal fouls in the first half. Otkhmezuri facing up. Draws the contact against Seleni. The foul is on the floor. So after a half of complaining that Quinnipiac was not getting calls against Iona defenders with 2 hands, the Bobcats committed 2 straight fouls of that nature as Labarge checks out.
And you see Otkhmezuri just really good body control, change of pace, has that nice ability to get to the rim.
D'Angelo working against Foley, could not finish. It's Foley, rebound number 9. Just underway, second half. Iona has scored the only 3 points since the break. Soleni working against Fajardo. Bowen wanted it in the post. Now she's on the perimeter and launching from deep. Good box out by Otkhmezuri.
And because Foley slipped to the basket, that opened up Bowen and gave her a nice open look.
D'Angelo's pass deflected. Good hands by an alert Foley to intercept the high-low attempt. Carson Martin into the game. She got a touch on the perimeter. Foley looking inside. Girardi on the cut. Terrific ball movement to the block as Bowen lays it in.
Great job by Bowen, backdoor cutting, and Iona just not in the help rotation or helping the helper.
Quinnipiac turnover. 10-point game. Led by 13 at one point. Girardi steal, sets up this possession for Foley. Facing up against D'Angelo. She already used her dribble, so she'll launch. Out of bounds. Aborialova lets it bounce out of play.
And Foley doesn't shoot the 3 ball all too well, but she can step out and knock down some of those. And that's where you have to step out on her and respect that shot as well.
Otkhmezuri all the way in.
And you see some full court pressure from Iona so far to cause some turnovers, get some traps, get some steals.
Douglas, front court, her pass knocked away by D'Angelo. What do you think of the decision for a short-handed team, a shortened rotation, actually looking to press a little bit and speed up the opposition?
I think it's great. I mean, like we talked about, these games matter. They need this win, so you're going to give it your all no matter if you are shorthanded. And the way to speed up a team and dictate on the defensive end is to press.
Martin on the face-up. Fajardo defending. 5 to shoot. Raven Douglas, crossover, pull-up, no good. Judith Gomez has become a really sturdy rebounding guard. Fajardo on the move. Fajardo baseline and a blocking foul. Once again, Fajardo driving to facilitate, draws the whistle.
And a lot of Iona's success has come from Ella Fajardo driving to the basket, attracting the defense. In that last possession, there were 3 Bobcats who literally turned their heads to her side when she was driving baseline, and that opened up. D'Angelo just had a call go their way as she goes up for another shot. Sorry, I don't mean to take your job for the play-by-play part.
No, it's great. Turnabout is fair play. And also, we don't so much believe in defined roles. This is positionless broadcasting, covering positionless basketball.
This is why you're a great partner, David.
I'll cry about this later. I'm just trying to have a brave face.
You do that.
D'Angelo missing the first of 2 1,000-point collegiate scorer, first 4 years at FDU. And Shamiwa telling us before senior day, lane violation against the Gales. How when D'Angelo arrived on campus at FDU, she was a 3-point shooter, or at least thought she was. And over the course of her 5-year career, developed an all-around game, became more of a 3-level scorer, and has been a great post presence for the Gales. Fajardo commits the foul in the backcourt against Seleni.
And that's what Coach Ange does a great job of, is developing players and taking them for what it is. You talk about D'Angelo becoming a 3-level scorer. That not only helps her game, but the rest of her teammates. When players have to step out on the 3-point line and guard you, that opens up other people.
Offensive foul. It is committed by Ella O'Donnell. Borialova took the charge. Trisha Fabry telling her team to calm it down. We're okay. We're in control. Let's make some good decisions.
One of the places Quinnipiac finds themselves vulnerable is in the fouls column.
Offensive foul. Otkhmezuri thought maybe she had a chance at 3. Instead, Carson Martin took the charge.
And let's take a look at that. Good drive by Otkhmezuri, but a better offensive charge there.
And just to clarify, a moment ago, as Iona picks up the loose ball, Fabry was just with her hands palmed down. My interpretation was not lip reading, just assuming that's what it all meant.
Nice visual description there.
Into D'Angelo. The mismatch against Douglas. Late whistle sends D'Angelo to the line. have reached a media timeout as D'Angelo heads back to the free throw line.
At Quinnipiac University, we know success doesn't just happen. What began with 11 students nearly a century ago has grown into a world-renowned institution with 9 schools on 3 campuses. We grew from a college to a university, from Division II to D1. Our community of over 70,000 students and alumni are making an impact around the world. We are national champions on the ice, difference makers in the community, innovators in the classroom. We are the ambitious.
I was born with half a heart. But Dr. Basha and his team at New York Presbyterian re-engineered my heart so the right side does all the pumping. Half a heart? I'm all heart.
Pepe Auto Group is proud of 55 years of serving Westchester and being the premier source for luxury vehicles. Whether you need a brand new or pre-owned car, we have over 1,000 vehicles on hand for immediate delivery. Our 450 friendly and supportive employees help smooth the process for discerning buyers. By using the most innovative technology to service your vehicle, we guarantee only the best buyer's experience. Thank you, Westchester, for letting Pepe Auto Group be your #1 source for luxury vehicles since 1968.
There's a lot that's amazing in Westchester. Like New York Presbyterian expanding to offer even more care. With our modern maternity and newborn unit, and an advanced heart center at our Hudson Valley Hospital. To renaming Lawrence Hospital as New York Presbyterian Westchester, with a comprehensive cancer center and introducing Oxspine, including doctors from Columbia. What's better than great health care? More of it close to home.
You got to start them young, right? We're like, this is 2 decades ago, Iona Thaki.
Yeah, pretty much. Good old days when you're watching basketball and then you start playing and you realize all the work that goes into it.
Sometimes you just got to pick up the snacks off the floor. Do you think it was the game or the big bag of popcorn that really got you to love basketball?
It was the game.
Yeah, you were a baller
I was in love with
beginning.
the game. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what they called me. Just kidding. Hope sensed the sarcasm there.
What do they call you?
Said they called me a baller.
Oh.
But it was a joke, which I
They
didn't
don't
think
do that?
you. No.
Okay.
We kept it humble.
1 of 2 for D'Angelo. Second one was halfway down. Cannot give her half a point. 4:20 left. Third quarter. Iona has scored 6 of the 8 points in this period. Foley fading away off of one leg.
Foley just has been able to do that a few times now. The timeliness of her shot and the fadeaway makes this so hard to guard, really picking apart the defense.
Strong candidate for all-rookie in the MAC. Perhaps her numbers in most years would have gotten her the Rookie of the Year, and perhaps it is still possible, but Megan Anderson has had quite the season for Fairfield, regular season champs. Fajardo's drive pulls the Gales back to within 7.
And what's been interesting, too, is Quinnipiac has not gotten to the free throw line.
Foley facing up over the top of Otkhmezuri. She's got this, like, old-school crafty game.
Little Larry Bird, like, I don't know. It's nasty. Like,
Mid-range,
so hard
it's
to
the
defend.
3, it's the off-balance, it's the spinning. Identified the mismatch and just shot over the top. Otkhmezuri baseline. Stepping through, creates the angle and rolls it home. She's into double figures, tying D'Angelo for a team high.
We talk about Otkhmezuri just so good at penetrating to the basket, the use of angles, and that's one of the things. Driving to the basket, you don't necessarily have to be the fastest, but if you can use your change of pace, that's where you'll find success as Otkhmezuri pushes the ball out in transition now.
Otkhmezuri front court sets up D'Angelo, squeezing between two defenders and a whistle.
Let's take a look at that Foley bucket. A little fadeaway, looking real tough out there. And a little bit Larry Bird. Would you agree, Rez?
I love it. It's not 33, but it's close enough.
Yeah, she's just been so impressive, really versatile, can go inside out, has been doing it all. And we talked about her being the leading scorer in rebounder and the assist, blocks, and steals category. Just very, very dominant as a rookie.
D'Angelo's got 12.
See some more full court pressure here. And that's what you want your full court defense to do, cause those mistakes, get a little double dribble here.
D'Angelo inside to Otkhmezuri, spinning around the defender, and another crafty finish for the birthday girl. Gomez called for a backcourt foul.
Otkhmezuri with 12 points so far. Her and D'Angelo both 12 points each, leading this team right now, but it's been the way Otkhmezuri has been able to finish around the rim and attack the gaps. Not only does that helping her game, but also opens up other players on the team.
Foley driving and scoring.
But Foley just able to find an answer right back as she has 18 points right now.
Fajardo missing along two.
That's a tough shot to take that quick into the shot clock, especially only being down 5. You don't need to force up a quick shot.
Zoe Ward gets called for the foul. That foul is against Gomez.
A few back-to-back fouls.
Iona over the limit now. Quinnipiac shooting free throws. So at halftime, it was a difference of 11. Iona +6 in this third with these Seleni free throws coming.
This is the first time Quinnipiac is getting to the line, especially now that Iona is in the bonus here.
Gomez the rebounds, and she will shoot 2. So that just compounds things as the Bobcats missed a couple of free throws and then committed the foul, sending Gomez to the line with a chance to make it a one-possession game.
And Gomez is a 75% free throw shooter for the year. She's definitely someone you want to be taking your free throws in this point of the game.
Just out of bounds against Quinnipiac.
We see the Iona bench throwing up a tee.
Bobcats thought it was supposed to be a foul. Instead, it's a turnover. Four-point game. Otkhmezuri driving to the left hand, no. Ward the rebound. And then a foul. Anna Foley doesn't agree as she picked up her second. Martin and Bowen and Girardi all with 3. They're all on the floor.
And you see Iona gaining some momentum here, but also energy, and it's filtering into their production.
Zoe Ward knocks down the free throw. One more to come. Iona 7 of 12 at the line overall. Girardi lost the ball, or lost her balance rather, and found Foley. Under a minute to play, third quarter. Bobcats a little discombobulated.
Just a great defensive effort so far from Iona.
Foley fires from the mid-range. 20 points, 11 boards, a double-double for the first year.
We talk about how effective Foley is, and one of the things that makes her so hard to guard is knocking down that mid-range jumper, especially in this conference in college basketball. You want to give up a contested 2, but even you're contesting that shot's been hard.
7 seconds. Ward to Otkhmezuri, and one! A timely cut and a chance for 3.
Otkhmezuri just being so smart. You see her get into the paint. She has a mismatch. She can post up smaller guards and finishes very strong at the rim and has a chance here to take a free throw.
Carson Martin just was assessed a technical foul. And so that is her 4th personal. The common foul was called against Seleni. And so now Otkhmezuri in position to shoot even more free throws.
And you see for Quinnipiac, emotions and frustration starting to get in the way. This is where you have to come together as a team. And we talk about them being a young group, a lot of freshmen playing. But someone like Grace Labarge, who is one of the veterans on their team, that's where you got to bring this team together and lock in on the details for the fourth quarter.
So Otkhmezuri missing the free throw. That was to complete the three-point play. And now these are 2 technical free throw attempts. Otkhmezuri had 3 in this case, down by 3. And got 1 of 3. And now it's Iona basketball. So already it's a 3-point possession with the Otkhmezuri layup and 1 of 3 at the line. And now with the shot clock off, Gales get another chance. They can tie or take the lead. Trailing by 2, 5 seconds left. Ward launching a 3, no good. Gomez, the
18 turnovers, and that's been predicated on Iona being able to get stops, get deflections, get steals. 9 steals so far.
Clock issue. We've played 4 seconds, but the shot clock did not move. It's a great point. So when Quinnipiac got a shot off, they were quite successful, shooting 55.6%, but there were just a number of occasions there that they struggled to get off an attempt.
And look, every team's game plan is to get a stop defensively. As the refs are taking a look here, but a part of their game plan was to pressure Iona, of course, and quite frankly, they've slowed them down in a lot of areas. But when you're not getting stops and have to take the ball out of the net on most possessions, you can't get up the floor as quickly, and that's where Iona's full court pressure has also made them a little bit uncomfortable and making this a 2-point game.
Hopefully the clock issue has been resolved. So we're talking about seedings quite a bit. Both teams finishing out of the running for a top 5 seed. And really, a lot of what these games have to determine are not only matchups, but just what time you need your first cup of coffee. Grace LaBarge got fouled because that 8-9 game is at 10:30. That 7-10 at 12:45. The 6-11 at 3.
And you know I don't roll without my cup of coffee.
You mean your jug of coffee?
Yes, that too. But let's take a look at LaBarge.
Yes,
going up to the basket, getting herself to the free throw line. And if that is one of the areas, if Quinnipiac can keep penetrating to the basket, get themselves to the free throw line, and gain some extra possessions.
You know, in truth, that 10:30 game is really, a half hour before those school day games that they play. 12:45 is typical on a 15 minutes before a Saturday matinee. So it's, in theory, not a huge adjustment, but it's just certainly a talking point when going down to AC, and that first Tuesday's got 6 games.
When you're on the team, 10:30 start really means like you're probably in the locker room at 8 a.m.
Offensive rebound, Ward. Fajardo lays it in and one.
I just love how aggressive Fajardo has been. Honestly, both teams have been aggressive, and we'll take a look at that last one where Fajardo catches the ball, fakes them out, gets both defenders to jump out at her and finds a little opening for herself. And that comes with the veteran leadership that she has, the patience, the understanding of the game, not forcing up shots or predetermining shots.
Fajardo's three-point play ties it up. She has played every second. Iona has not led since 30 seconds in, when Petra Aborilova knocked down a 3 to make it 3-2. Tied at 49. Iona 1-point trail by 13. Into O'Donnell, a kick out. Soleni, and she knocks down the 3.
And Soleni could get hot really quickly, especially from the three-point line, and she can put up big numbers. She had 30 points against Niagara on January 20th, so I could totally expect to see her go off in these final minutes.
Fajardo weaving in, couldn't finish. Ward is on the deck. She had possession when Iona called for timeout. Good spot there by Linda Cashew. By the time the whistle had blown, Ward had lost possession, but reasonable to think that she had control of the ball, which Coach Shamiwa asking for time. First whistle or first timeout call into the fourth quarter, that means we have reached our last media timeout.
Hockey means the world to me. When you see me on the ice, you'd never know I was born with half a heart. But Dr. Basha and his team at New York Presbyterian re-engineered my heart so the right side does all the pumping. I had 3 surgeries before I turned 3, so I can go all out, especially when I'm on the ice. Half a heart? I'm all heart.
Pepe Auto Group is proud of 55 years of serving Westchester and being the premier source for luxury vehicles. Whether you need a brand new or pre-owned car, we have over 1,000 vehicles on hand for immediate delivery. Our 450 friendly and supportive employees help smooth the process for discerning buyers. By using the most innovative technology to service your vehicle, we guarantee only the best buyer's experience. Thank you, Westchester, for letting Pepe Auto Group be your #1 source for luxury vehicles since 1968.
I found my fit at Iona through really great professors. The professors at Iona are more than just educators, they're mentors, invested in you getting the best education you can. Iona professors are experts in their field. They teach your classes with passion and years of real-world industry knowledge that Iona students benefit from. At Iona, you're more than just a number. You're an essential part of Gale Nation. Find your fit at Iona University.
Buckle your seatbelts. Pepe Auto drive the game, and fitting that we highlight the 24-year-old today, the birthday girl, the drive in the first half.
The birthday girl getting it done on both ends of the floor today, and one of the things that's really been helping her is going right through her defender's chest every time she's been driving to the basket.
First Division I player that hails from the country of Georgia, the Republic of Georgia, from Casper College to Southern Utah to 2 years here at Iona. 7 to shoot. Otkhmezuri against LaBarge. Otkhmezuri driving. Otkhmezuri left-handed off glass, no. Gomez tracks down the loose ball. Into Ward. Kick out. Otkhmezuri. And a 3-second call.
Gomez just doing the extra effort plays every single time. We've seen that over the course of this game a few times, giving her team extra possessions, crashing the boards hard. And now as we see Iona on the defensive end right now, trying to pressure the ball.
Five to shoot. 5-second count. So Lenny was under pressure in front of her own bench.
Iona just really dictating on the defensive end and being very disruptive so far. And one thing that doesn't help Quinnipiac is they have 18 team fouls and have sent Iona to the line 16 times.
Battle for the rebound. It's a loose ball foul. And it is called against Zoe Ward. It is against Iona. On the Quinnipiac side, Bowen and Martin with 4 fouls each sit. Ward just picked up her 4th. So Petra Borilova returns to the game. Iona has gone only 7 deep. Quinnipiac has played 8, including the returning Ella O'Donnell. O'Donnell has it here. First game in more than a month. So Lenny, a tough shot off the rim, and D'Angelo in the corner tracks down the rebounds.
And Iona's just able to get stops, finish possessions. And when you could do that, get out on the run, and makes it a whole lot easier to find lanes as Gomez does that right now.
Gomez going to line for 2. Iona tied it up at 49. That ends a 2-minute scoring drought for the Gales. We had been stuck at 59-42 for better than 2 minutes. 2-point game. Gomez's second free throw is good. Iona, 11 of 18 from the charity stripes. They have more makes than Quinnipiac has attempts. In fact, more than double.
And Coach Fabry knew Iona is a really good defensive team as well. That was one of her goals, is handling pressure.
D'Angelo commits her second foul. Third against the Gales. 6:42 to go. Into Martin. No good. Aborilova battles for the rebound. It redirects to Fajardo. Martin back in the game for Quinnipiac with her 4 fouls as Otkhmezuri missed an open Aborilova and said spots Fajardo. Iona was looking for its first lead of the second half. And then Aborilova commits the foul.
If Iona keeps finding wide open looks like that, they will start to find success. They will start to knock those down, because they're doing a great job of putting Quinnipiac in rotation, making the defense to shift and rotate. And it started from Otkhmezuri penetrating to the basket.
So Martin and Bowen on the floor for Quinnipiac with 4 fouls. As a team, the Bobcats have not scored in nearly 3 minutes as they're clinging to just a 1-point lead. Foley inside. Passes to Bowen, who pivots, and one. Bree Bowen taking advantage of her size on the block, and the lead is back up to 3.
We'll take a look at this. Bree Bowen establishing her presence in the paint, posting up, finishing at the rim. We see the ref communicating with Coach Fabry right now.
The reset of the shot clock. Kevin Farlow having a conversation with both D'Angelo and Casey, or Foley, excuse me. Bree Bowen completes the 3-point play.
12 points for Bree Bowen, and she was someone who only had 2 points in their last meeting against Iona. So she's really coming here, showing out, and ready to go.
Under 6 to play. Fajardo stopped at the foul line. Now it's D'Angelo. Off the rim, no. Gomez tried to swipe at the offensive rebound, could not. Gales have gone cold.
D'Angelo got hit in the nose as she was trying to go for a steal, but got a foul called against her.
Referee's just gonna look at the monitor to make sure that it wasn't anything beyond a basketball play. And as it stands right now, it's a foul against D'Angelo, sending Foley to the line.
You see D'Angelo trying to go out with her outside hand.
Linda Cashew coming over just to clarify that they're going to the monitor to see if there's anything extra after the foul was called. So D'Angelo called for the reach-in. Was there anything additional in terms of that swinging arm from Foley?
Seemed like Foley definitely swiped at her. I wouldn't say it was intentional. It just looked like she was trying to go after her ball to not let it get stolen.
For the Gales, they will finish up the season in Riverdale against their arch rival Manhattan. Quinnipiac returns home to host Marist. Both on Saturday before the entire league heads down to Atlantic City, with play beginning on Tuesday from Boardwalk Hall. Kevin Farlow stepped away from the monitor to allow Linda Cashew to take a look. You'd have to think in this situation that the longer it goes, the higher the likelihood that they'll add something to this play, because if it was cut and dry in their mind that there was nothing there, you would think that the review would have been completed.
And this also takes away the momentum of Iona that they were in. And we'll take a look at a different angle here. D'Angelo just swiped at her mouth. Again, I don't think it was intentional. It just seemed like the movement of her trying to sprint out just caught D'Angelo in a bad spot.
Kevin Farlow makes the jog over. So just the original common foul against D'Angelo. Our thanks to Kevin Farlow for taking the jog over to our broadcast position to say that the after foul contact did not rise to the level of any type of flagrant that needed to be assessed. You're always looking at, is it unnecessary, is it excessive? And I think just the way that you broke it down, talking about the collision was unfortunate just based off of some hustle and basketball plays.
Yeah, I think both of them being really aggressive, that extra hustle that you saw, definitely didn't think it was intentional.
I think part of it is they're not necessarily judging intentionality, but just how much contact also, or the degree of contact, or the degree of the action that you're taking. Fajardo took an extra step before putting it on the hardwood. Don't see that type of call every day. But Quinnipiac gets it back.
That rhymed.
That happens a lot. I'll be writing some prose over the final 5-10. An ode to Iona's home slate. It's our final game here at Heinz Center. Martin on the move. The layup drops for the first year from Woodstock, Georgia.
What a nice drive. A little fake from Martin. She shoots 40% from the field and is very effective when she does get to the rim.
6-0, 9-2 overall after Iona tied it up at 49. Fajardo weaves in, look away pass, catch and shoot, a Porilova. Bullseye for Petra.
And the thing, too, that you're seeing is the middle is open. And that's the thing, when you're concerned with the three-point line, because Iona can shoot the three ball pretty well, girls become attached to it, and it creates lanes, and it creates the inside-out game.
.4:10 remaining, fourth quarter. 4-point game. Timeout, Quinnipiac. Using one of their final three after this offensive possession stalled with just 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Three of 5 from beyond the arc, and her three makes have not required the rim. Otkhmezuri on her birthday with 15. D'Angelo, the team's leading scorer, with 12 on the Iona side. How impressive has the first year Anna Foley been with 21 and 11? Bree Bowen 10, making her second straight start of the season. And Grace Labarge, steady as it goes. Veteran presence for the Bobcats. She has 10. Nearly a 5 count as it's into Foley. Foley a step back. Good. It's a long 2 as she delivers after the timeout.
What a shot. The length and athleticism we've been seeing from Foley. A step back three, that is really hard to make off the bounce, especially.
Nothing really developing on that possession. The 6'3" first year just able to create with her length. She's up to 23. I think it was a late shot clock reset. .325 to go. 6-point game. Otkhmezuri, the jab step. Otkhmezuri spins into Foley. Kick out D'Angelo. Her three is too strong, and Carson Martin the rebound.
This is where time and score is important. Quinnipiac up 6.
LaBarge in and out on a three. That could have been a potential dagger. Otkhmezuri with it. D'Angelo swings it to Gomez. 2-possession game. D'Angelo, pump fake. D'Angelo driving, goes second side and draws the foul.
And D'Angelo attacking baseline, trying to finish on the other side. And we'll take a look at that. You see her gaining some speed, getting on the other side, just didn't finish, but gets herself to the free throw line.
Lipped out.
Iona shooting 57% from the free throw line today, 11 of 19. That's something that has hurt them. Could have given them a few extra points, 3 points.
Yeah, they've missed 8 free throws in a 5-point game.
Great math.
Told you, it's tax season. Right at midcourt, over and back. Gomez to inbound the ball in the front court after the backcourt violation. Gales can throw it beyond the midcourt line. Foley thought she caught it right along the line. You need both feet and the ball in the front court to be considered beyond the midcourt line, as D'Angelo leaning in couldn't finish. So clearly the referee felt like she had established the catch in the front court and then went into the back. Under 2 to play, 5-point game. Foley on the post up against D'Angelo, double teamed, kicked corner. Martin got bumped on the floor, but Iona is over the limit, so Carson Martin will shoot 2.
Otkhmezuri, as soon as she jumped up, she made the facial expression. She knew it was a foul. You take a look at this. Anna Foley, she sees a double team, able to get the pass out. Martin draws that foul, gets her up on the fake.
So Iona had a come from behind victory in its last game here at home. They're down by 6 with 1:45 to go. Otkhmezuri got it for 3. Cuts the deficit in half. It's just a 3-point game.
That is huge for Iona right now. If they could get a stop, force a turnover, finish the possession, and make sure they box out.
Foley's got it, wanted a guard. Instead, she'll take it herself. Spinning against D'Angelo. Elevates and gets the friendly bounce on the road. Impressive move by the first year, who now has 25. Timeout, Iona. 63-58. Tough basket for the Bobcats. It's Foley again. And can you be more impressed with the rookie from Andover, Mass?
We look at this pass from D'Angelo to Otkhmezuri with a dagger three. Really, really good finish there. And then Anna Foley, what hasn't she done so far? Just really excellent, versatile, lengthy, able to pass out of doubles and finish at the rim, finish at the three-point line. She's just been an all-around player for this team. And Coach Fabry mentioned her as being someone keeping us close against veteran teams. And to only do that as a freshman has been really impressive. And we know how much the game changes from high school to college basketball.
8 new players, 7 of them first years, including Anna Foley. What a building block for the future. She just doesn't get rattled. Couldn't speed her up. Couldn't find an outlet. Patiently waited and then ultimately scored. Otkhmezuri to the rim. A 20 spot on her birthday. Timeout Quinnipiac to get Foley back into the game for this offensive possession. Iona hanging around, trailing by just 3.
And Foley with 4 fouls, Bound with 4 fouls, Martin with 4 fouls. That kind of hurts them a little bit, especially, and that's why you see Coach trying to get Foley off from the defensive end.
Natalia Otkhmezuri.
Let's take a look at the birthday girl going all out right now with 20 points, 9 of 16 from the field, just really getting it done on both ends of the floor, finding ways, finding lanes and areas to the basket. She's been tremendous, but can't leave her wide open on the three-point line because she will knock it down, and it's just been really, really a bright spot for Iona so far.
37% of tonight's points scored by somebody celebrating a birthday today.
How did you do that math so quick? Tax season, right? Forgot.
Yeah, even my Android has a calculator, okay? 45 seconds to go. 1 possession game. Foley on the back down to D'Angelo. Otkhmezuri comes. So does Fajardo. Who's open? It's Labarge. She knocks down the triple. Grace Labarge delivers a big 3 for Quinnipiac.
Huge 3 for Labarge, and because we take a look at this, Anna Foley attracting 3 Iona players on her, finding Labarge open on the three-point line. That's a miscommunication from Iona. You don't want to throw 3 players at one person, maybe double team, yes, but that is just a defensive lapse right there.
A stoppage here just to establish how much time should be left on the clock. Huge bucket as the Bobcats go back up by 2 possessions. Luckily for Iona, because of the clock malfunction, they don't need to use a timeout, but they'll have to inbound it on the baseline unless they call timeout to advance it. Not only is this game important for momentum down to Atlantic City for seeding, but also this is a Carmen battle. Emma, the first-year player for Quinnipiac.
Oh, yeah.
Allie, the sophomore for Iona. Neither player has gotten in today, but I think there's going to be serious bragging rights at stake on the group chat.
For sure, and Allie Carmen mentioned to me before the game, she said growing up we always did everything together, worked out together, and they call each other after every single game. How cute.
Do you think they'll just do
Not
it in the
call each
hallway
other?
here? Could they just talk? Played together at Red Bank Catholic in Jersey. Allie started her college career at BC before transferring to Iona. Now both in the MAC. Under 40 seconds to go. Fajardo speeds into the front court. O'Donnell is there defensively. Aborilova picks it up. Fires no. Tapped by Gomez. And the foul is away from the ball.
It seemed like Fajardo got hit on that baseline.
I think the foul's against Bowen, her 5th. Oh, I beg your pardon. It's a foul against O'Donnell. 4th team foul against the Bobcats, so next one would send Iona to the line. Another potential clock issue here.
A lot of clock issues today. Doesn't help neither team here with momentum.
Quinnipiac displeased because this malfunction is giving Iona another chance to huddle without being charged an extra timeout. Both team with one left, neither team with a foul to give. Iona getting its chances. It'll be sideline out of bounds.
I expect them to get this into D'Angelo and have her make a post move or do something to get to the rim.
Otkhmezuri, the inbounder, sometimes the most dangerous player offensively, but Labarge doing a good job defensively. Now Otkhmezuri gets it. Otkhmezuri fires away and knocks it down. 13 seconds to go, and it's a three-point game. Full timeout for Quinnipiac. It's the only one they had left.
Take a look at that last dagger three. Otkhmezuri, a little step to the left, knocks it down, and Iona down 3 points now, 13.6 on the clock. They're going to have to try and get a steal, trap first, see if they could get a steal and go for a full transition basket. Otherwise, they're going to have to foul.
Presumably, Quinnipiac will inbound the ball across half court. They do not have a timeout left in case they have trouble inbounding the ball. Otkhmezuri with 23, nearly matching the 25 of Foley. Well, there are birthday celebrations.
I was going to
and
say.
then there are birthday celebrations. Third time this year that Otkhmezuri has scored at least 20.
Both birthday girls going off.
Otkhmezuri once again having those friends watching the game that escorted her on senior day out to the floor. Otkhmezuri guarding the inbounds. It's into Martin. Aborilova commits the foul immediately. That's her second. So Martin with a chance to extend this back to a two-possession game with 12.8 on the clock. Iona does have one final timeout to use as they hope for a couple of missed free throws for a player that shoots it at 74%. 1 of 2 today with a chance to seal it. Clutch.
Like you said, David, 74 from the free throw line. She's not someone you want to foul.
Martin makes both. Timeout taken, Iona, 12.8 to go. Deficit is 5 for the Gales. They won 4 out of their last 6, but lost last time out to Niagara. The preseason number 1 that is currently in the second spot. For Quinnipiac, if they can hold on, it would snap a 6-game losing streak. The type of firepower they haven't had available this year at stretches during the season would make most teams falter. But you never know what can happen down in AC, and you never know what can happen for a team that gets healthy again. Quinnipiac currently the 7. Don't believe they could finish any higher than their current position. They do have the ability to slide down, however. But they wouldn't with the win. talking about these eventualities in this 5-point game in which the Quinnipiac looks to hold on.
Really great effort by Quinnipiac on both ends of the floor, and Iona just got themselves extra possessions throughout the game, but just weren't able to finish those good looks.
Thrown into D'Angelo. Otkhmezuri fires. Got it for 3. That's the Brad Stevens play run to perfection. 10 seconds to go. Quinnipiac does not have timeouts. D'Angelo goes for the steal, and she fouls Foley. It's a 2-point game. Brad Stevens made this play famous. It's the toss to D'Angelo, who's playing the Horford role for the shooter on the weak side, and Otkhmezuri cashing in. It's a play that Billy Chambers would run at times. I suppose at this point everybody has probably stolen it.
Really nice play, very effective, and you see no one closes out on Otkhmezuri. They almost looked to the right side, didn't see her wide open, and D'Angelo just able to tap it out to her. But credit to Otkhmezuri for being so clutch in these moments, making key plays in key moments.
Speaking of clutch, Foley to make it a 4-point game, and she does. No timeouts left for the Gales, trailing 70-66. Fajardo racing up the floor. Fajardo, the hesitation. Fajardo drives in, 2.3 to go, 2-point game. Quinnipiac, no timeouts. They've got to get it in. Quinnipiac has to get it in. Quinnipiac struggling, and it's into LaBarge. Iona needs to foul immediately. And just beating a 5 count.
You see Fajardo going to the basket, and that's a shot that Quinnipiac is okay with giving up because they're still up 2, and then they're being sent to the line for another set of free throws.
So it's a 2-point game, 0.7 left. D'Angelo commits the foul. Free throw is good by LaBarge. What clutch shooting down the stretch by Martin, by Foley. Now LaBarge, 3-point game, 0.7 left. In theory, LaBarge can look to miss because on the catch, the game would be over. Instead, she makes it straight up, makes it a 4-point game. They just need to avoid a foul. LaBarge, the interception, and the game is over.